and doing everything that they want to do. That is Julio Rodriguez. He goes yard last night. The last 30 days, batting .279, on base .324, slugging .625, OPSing .949, 10 home runs in the last 30 days. This is just who he is. You know, my mom used to say, when someone shows you who they are, just believe them. And Julio is showing me that he is a second half type of guy. That weather gets warm, even though today it is not warm. The roof is covering the diamond right now, but no, it's Julio. And you know, like I mentioned, you can go many ways with this, but I need to keep seeing 44 show up and do his thing, man. His home run was a no-doubter. Like, you heard it. You didn't even have to see that thing. If you were just listening to the broadcast, doing what you do, folding clothes, getting your toddler down, whatever, you heard the crack of the bat and you knew that thing was gone.
Let's go to cut 3, his 7th since the All-Star break.
Cannon ready. Runners at second and third, delivers. Swing and a well-hit ball deep to left field. Holy smokes, it is over the out-of-town scoreboard. A rocket to left center. Julio Rodriguez with number 21 on the season scores 3 more. 5 runs are in here in the bottom of the second, and the Mariners now lead the White Sox 7-1. A 3-run shot off the bat of Julio Rodriguez.
You know, I know that all 3 of us, for that matter, can remember that interview with Jim Bowden, but every single time Julio's hit a home run or had a really good game, and again, he's had 7 since the All-Star break. That was his 21st of the season the other night. I think back to that interview with Jim where he said, hey, I think Cal was the story of the first half, and that's amazing. I think Julio's going to be the story of the second. And he was adamant. He was, you know what I mean? At that point, Julio's not raking. Julio's not looking spectacular. He had looked really solid in that series against Detroit. You felt really good about him going into the break, but he hadn't had a stellar first half. And Jim didn't care. He was like, this guy is phenomenal. He is an amazingly talented player, and he is going to have a spectacular second half. And he was, I mean, he was staking his claim on it.
Julio's had a Mario Kart kind of season. You know, when you get in the lead, you get some juice, right? Boom, you go to the front and then you slip on a banana. You spin a little bit, but you're still in the race. You're still in the race. That's how I describe Julio's season so far. But right now, it feels like he's gaining momentum. Nothing's in his way, and he's in a good place, man. He still swings at some pitches where I'm like, I mean, what we doing there? But nobody is perfect. That's what kills me too when I'm watching these games in public settings, and people are like, "What are you looking at? What are you swinging?" I go, "That ball, that pitch looked good for a long time, man." I can see why he's chasing a bit, but he's settling down, and he's in a good place. And I want to attribute some of that to just what's happening around in the lineup. I mean, you got Kyle, who had himself a good day. You have Naylor, who has just joined the squad and been doing some great things. You have Suarez, who had a bomb the other day, drove a run in last night. It's there has to be some pressure taken off of Julio, and he's able to swing freely. It's like when you play in a scramble. You know what a scramble is, Stacy? The scramble is when you have 4 golfers, right? And you're on the same team, and you tee off, and everyone takes their shot, and you play the best ball from there, right? So if you're the last guy on the scramble, you're the 4th guy to hit, and you already have 2 or 3 golf balls in the middle of the fairway, you can swing away freely because you know we already got one in play. That's the way I feel watching the Mariners right now, is that they're on a scramble, and everyone's swinging freely because they feel like someone else can pick up the slack.
Let's talk about someone else who's benefiting from other pieces being added to this lineup, and that's Cal Raleigh. Cal in June was hitting 300, OPSing over 1,000. Obviously, a spectacular month for him. 11 home runs. He had 12 home runs the month before that. And it's all really amazing. We all love seeing this from Cal Raleigh. Cal's July hadn't been quite as hot. Heading into the break, it was something like he had 7 hits and 5 or 6 of them were home runs. I mean, it was kind of like, you know, he's either, you know, getting it out or he's hitting a home run. And because he was hitting home runs, and namely one of them, 2 in 1 game against the Tigers, and one of them was a grand slam, it felt great. You still felt amazing. He wins the home run derby. Everyone's feeling great. But he's still in a bit of a slump. And we have been waiting to see, you know, players do this. They fall into these places. It's very natural. It happens. It's all about whether or not you can work through it and kind of lift yourself back out of it. I am hoping that this 2-run single and cut 2 that he had last night is the beginning of that.
Here's the pitch on the way. Cal with a swing and a line drive down the right field line. A fair ball into the corner. Here comes Canzone. Crawford running, third being waved in. He will score. The throw-in is cut off by Sosa, the second baseman. Around to third goes Randy. Cal Raleigh with a base hit down the right field line to score 2 with 2 outs. And it's now the Mariners 4, the White Sox 1. And Cal Raleigh comes through, and that's got to feel great for Cal.
You know when you're watching a player in a slump and you can see him hit or whatever and get to first and he kind of like has this sigh of relief and then you feel yourself doing it because you're like, man, this guy's really important to the playoff run that this team wants to make. That's how I felt watching Cal.
We're all parents, right? And parents, if you go to games and you watch parents watch their kids play or their team play, they are a nervous wreck because you have no influence on the outcome at all. You are sitting there. You're at the mercy of the players who are on the diamond, on the field, on the court. That's the way I feel like most of us felt about Cal because you know what he's capable of. You know the type of season he's had. So when he finally kind of breaks through and he gets to first base, you have that sigh of relief for him. It's kind of the same way I felt with JP, too, when he hit that walk-off. I'm like, that a boy. Like, you needed that. I'm so happy for you. I'm glad it ended up in a team win, but personally, you know that you're going to need this individual to contribute at a high level for this team to do the things that we think they can do. So, yes, I did feel that way watching Cal get on first base. And Cal is like stoic. Like, he doesn't really have a lot of emotion when he's out there on the diamond, but the body language told me, okay, I can loosen up a little bit. I'm done with that nonsense. Let's just play some baseball.
All right, let's get to Josh Naylor, who had like maybe the best game of anyone we've talked about yet. He first matches Billy Hamilton's record of 10 stolen bases in his first 12 games with the franchise. And let me tell you what, as excited as I was to see Josh Naylor added to this team, I did not think he'd be bringing the base-stealing prowess that he currently has.
He ain't got the base-stealing body type, you know, if you look at him. But that's why you never judge a book by its cover. Oh, perfect example. I was in 8th grade. I was the fastest kid in all of West LA. I go to my first track meet, and a kid that outweighed me by 10, 15 pounds and body fat about 10 to 15% beat me in the 100 meters, and it ruined my whole perception of myself. That's why you never judge a book by its cover.
Josh Naylered
He Josh Naylered me. Go get it, Naylor.
That's what he did. That's exactly what he did. I liked Aaron Goldsmith on the call for Root saying he was gobbling up bases.
Careful. Careful there.
Hi, Aaron. Cut one. Here's Naylor's 2-run bomb.
Defensively, next offer, swing and a drive, deep to right field. Holy smokes, where is this going to land? It's in the patio of the Hit It Here Cafe. Josh Naylor hits a cannon off of Jonathan Cannon, and the Mariners lead it 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. His 14th home run of the season and his 3rd in the Mariners uniform. He had a home run last night, and Naylor with a home run tonight, and it gives the Mariners a 2-0 lead, and that ball got out of here in a hurry.
Maybe the most fun I've had watching a Mariners team. I mean, there have been really fun Mariners teams in that there have been kind of like stick-it-to-you teams. Hey, we're going to be, you know, we got a lot of gumption. We're going to win in extras. We're going to win by 1 run. We're going to win when you never see us coming. And, like, that's fun. That's great. It's always really fun being that guy. It's also really fun when you got a ton of thump in the lineup. I'm really loving this lineup. In
my athletic career, I've never played on, like, a powerhouse team. I've always played on scrappy teams. Like, you can't sleep on us.
And it's cool.
And, you know, it builds character.
Sure.
And you learn life lessons.
Go Cougs.
I've never
Dang.
Okay, 0-12 Huskies back in my day. Goodness
but we
gracious.
went to a national championship game.
You did. You shared one, too. But I've never played on a powerhouse team. And this team, for the last at least 10 games or so, 8 to 10, feels like they have powerhouse characteristics. Still have to close this out today and continue to show the pop of the bat, and obviously guys on the mound doing their thing. The bullpen was a little shaky yesterday. They were jumping all over the fastball, these White Sox. But, yeah, this team is starting to slowly change. They're turning into a butterfly, right? You were that caterpillar, and now you cocooned.
Metamorphosis.
And it's like you're turning into a butterfly. Yes, metamorphosis.
Right? Is that what it's called?
I don't know. Is it? Sounds right.
Curtis.
Sounds right.
Curtis,
I mean, look,
what's it called when a caterpillar turns into a butterfly?
Sure, metamorphosis. We'll go with that. I'm sure the text line will let us know.
The text line is really. Someone made fun of me. I said something like he's really staking his claim on. I forget what I said. I was just. It's almost like it's live radio, and someone already made fun of me for that. So I'm sure.
Daily, it's all good. It's
yeah,
what we
I'm sure.
do.
Let's see. When a caterpillar turns into a butterfly.
Yeah.
Yes.
You did it.
We did.
Man,
you did it.
Honestly, I was the very best student at Bull Lake Elementary in SeaTac, Washington.
Were you?
And I think that
is that self like you claim that yourself, or is there evidence
I really
that you
do.
were?
I
Is
think
there
there
a
was
way to
evidence.
measure that?
I mean, I've talked about the A++ that I received on that math project. That is a real grade that I got.
It's not a real grade.
That was my academic
That's for
peak.
Emotional support, the extra plus.
No, it was academic prowess is what it was. And that's exactly what got me into UW.
Big ups, Jimmy Lake.
They didn't even look at my high school grades. They looked at me in 5th grade, and they were like, this is a scholar. We need to get her in now for our English major program.
That's like most parents think their kids are geniuses when they're young. Oh, my God, they're so smart.
Yeah, only I am.
Then they turn out to be just average human beings, and that's okay.
You know what, though? It really was jarring for me being like the smartest kid in elementary school, and then you get to college, and all of a sudden you're going, wow, this guy is sitting behind me with like 5 first names. Is the third is like really, really smart. I hate that kid. That's a real person. Still to come for this team, the good news, they're getting Robles and Bryce Miller back. Miller makes a rehab start today in Tacoma. That'll be en route at 7 p.m. Robles is also way ahead of schedule. I was reading MLB.com had a list of kind of like the most impactful thing to happen for every single team, like what return, what change, whatever can most affect teams in a playoff chase. And for the Mariners, they had the return of Robles and Miller.
Yeah, that's going to be great. I'm trying to still find the weaknesses with this team. Every team has weaknesses. No team is perfectly built. And with this ball club right now, the bullpen is a little shaky at times, and that 5th man in the rotation has been shaky at times as well. So what do? You get Bryce Miller, and you're hoping that he looks like the guy that we saw a couple years ago, or maybe even last year. And then with Robles, it's just adding depth. And it's going to be crowded in right field. You got 3 guys who can do it. Canzone can do it. Luke can do it. And I have Robles over there as well. The thing that I like about right field is that you got some pop over there, man. I know Canzone went 0 for yesterday. But as of late, he's shown some pop, driving some runs in. And then Luke is just your wild card. He's your George Kittle. He's your tight end. He can play multiple positions. He's going to run through a wall for you. He's going to make a big play. He's going to sacrifice bunt. He's that utility type of player, so to speak. So you got variety over there. And Robles, I don't even know who he is at this point. It's been so long since I've seen my man. I just remember him going on a heck of a run last year, which enticed the Mariners to sign him to a nice little contract. So there, you got options in right field.
I mean, Miller and Robles were arguably your best starter and one of your best bats in the second half. And so getting them both back is huge. We'll see again. You're right. What iteration of them we'll actually see back here in Seattle. Let's get to that point that you made in our last couple minutes here before we get to headline rewrites. That point that you made about, look, I've been on really scrappy teams as a player. You've been on really scrappy teams, and I've never been on a team that felt like in any way a powerhouse or a sure thing.
Well, senior year of high school, we were powerhouse, but other than that, okay.
My mistake.
Give me something.
Anyways, you're right. The Mariners are not like the absolute best team in baseball, hands down. I mean, the Dodgers still remain World Series favorites, but they are significantly better. This is the best 1 through 6. I mean, the best lineup I've seen, I can remember, and certainly the best 1 through 6 in a really, really long time. And you have a lot of slugging, which is really, really great and really, really, really important when you get to October. I think the conversation about how far could this team go is different than the one we were having hypothetically last year or many years before then. So I'll throw it your way. How far could this version of the Mariners go?
Man, that's such a tough question to ask because on paper, they are World Series contenders. But there's something called reality. There's something called fatigue, injuries, slumps, or whatnot. And for some reason in the Seattle region, teams get hit with that. It feels like get hit with that harder than other teams in other cities. But I think they are division contenders and should be playing for the league, for the AL. I think that I want to say World Series, but I'm not comfortable yet. I want to see I want to see how they end this series and how they take on the next series. Who they got next series? It's supposed to be a big one, right?
Yeah, and this is going to be Ichiro Hall of Fame weekend as a reminder, you guys. This Rays series, which starts tomorrow.
Division champs. That's where I'm starting. I'm starting at the division. If you win the division, then you should be in the running for a World Series championship.
Saying that confidently, though, is a massive step forward from last season, and I receive that. I'm hearing you, and I receive that comment. I also don't feel like altogether confident in saying, like, oh, they could win a World Series. I feel significantly more confident than I ever have, certainly as an adult, talking about this team saying that they could make a deep
I want to say one thing. Matthew, are you on the board today?
No.
Who's on the board?
No, it's
just
me.
Curtis.
It's just
Curtis.
me back here.
Can you, I know you got a lot to do. You're producer extraordinaire. Can you please clip Stacy saying, go Cougs, so I have my get back when you guys play that butchered clip of me supposedly saying the words that I would never say in my life.
That's
I want
not a
UW to win the Apple Cup.
Go Dogs.
What butchered clip? That's what you really said.
Real
Like
audio,
that's.
yeah.
Do you think that's not Michael Bumpus? Like we heard what you said.
One sounded like it was midday. The other sounded like I had just woken
That's
up.
not. I think that maybe you just. I hear it one more time. It's just you just like clear your throat
I want
a little
UW
bit.
to win the Apple Cup.
Go Dogs.
See, I heard it.
Yeah.
It's just you just cleared your throat. And
You really
then,
locked in on the Go Dogs.
I did, huh?
I think
You
it
were
was
like,
really-
I need to say this to emphasize it.
I think what I heard was just I heard a football player who respects the game of football, who put allegiances aside and was just talking about a really exciting Huskies team.
I can do that, but I'll never say those words.
I want UW
It's right
to
here, bro.
win the Apple Cup.
It's right
Go
here.
Dogs.
I heard what I heard. Our coverage of Seahawks training camp brought to you by The Landing in Renton. We're going to get to the Seahawks in less than 15 minutes. Right now, it's time for Headline Rewrites.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Headline Rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news with Bump and Stacy.
Headline number one, Pete Carroll and Geno Smith make their return to Seattle tonight for the Seahawks and Raiders preseason opener. What's the real headline?
I guess we really are going to see Geno versus Drew.
We are. We will see it. This is
Yeah.
the competition everybody's been waiting for. This is it. This is Manny Pacquiao versus Mayweather back in the 2010s.
That's exactly what it
Years
is.
later.
This is what it is. Oh, man, this is going to be interesting. I heard Salk this morning have an interesting take, and I want to get you guys' opinion on it. He said they're trying to figure out if Geno will be cheered or booed. And Salk said that Geno hasn't done enough to be booed. And I kind of agree with him, though Geno is the franchise leader in percentage for a single season. He's a franchise leader in yards in a single season. He's a Pro Bowler. Hasn't won a playoff game. Didn't really push this team deep into the playoffs. Obviously hasn't won a playoff game. So has he done enough to be booed? I think that if you're booing him, you're not booing the football player. You're booing the person, the personality, the guy who wanted to get out of here. Me, personally, I appreciate Geno for what he did while he was here. Kept this team afloat. And if this team were to go on a run for the next 3 or 4 years, you got to look at the years that Geno was here and saying, thank you for keeping us relevant for 3 or 4 seasons.
You know what's also really interesting is that while both Geno and Russ requested trades and then were ultimately traded by this team, I do think it was with a bit of a different flavor. With Russ, I think people were left feeling like, you think you're better than us. You want full control of this team. You want to go somewhere else, whatever. With Geno, it was I think from the outside, a Seahawks lack of faith in him, at least into 2027. Because part of the reason that he wanted to go to Vegas or wanted to be traded is that the Seahawks didn't want to give him guaranteed money in 2027, and the Raiders were willing to. That's just a guy saying, like, well, if you don't believe in me, then I want to go to a team that does. And that feels a little more harmless. So you can have maybe not the warmest ever feelings about Geno, but I don't think he ever hurt your franchise. He never made him the highest paid player. He never costed you, some huge moment in the playoffs. Like, he was just kind of here while you were trying to figure out who you were post Russell Wilson, and he ended up surprising a lot of people.
Yeah, he did. And he did a great job, man. So I'm not going to tell you how to feel or what to do. I just know that when I'm in the press box, I'll give that one hard Rudy clap. That boy, Geno. Go do it.
Headline Rewrites.
Headline 2, Aaron Rodgers says he's open to playing in the Steelers preseason opener. What's the real headline?
This is kind of like me reaching for my wallet on a date. You know what I mean? Aaron knows that he's not going to be asked to play in this preseason opener, but he's trying to be polite and a team player and be like, no, I'll totally, like, if Mike wants me. This is the actual quote. He said, I think Mike Tomlin and I have that at some point. I don't think it's in the plan for me to play this week, but whatever Mike wants to do, I'm fully on board. Aaron, you're not going to be asked to play. Everyone knows you're not going to be asked to play. And yeah, it's not going to happen. But it's very polite of you to offer.
Yeah, this is like when I'm at my daughter's soccer games and the ball's kicked out of bounds and has rolled by me, and I attempt to get up, like I'm trying to get up, but not really, like, all right, the ball's past me. I'm good, actually. I showed you that I tried.
I tried
to get up. I care, but not really. Like, someone else can do this.
Right, we all know what's really going to happen here is I'm not going to get that ball.
I'm not getting the ball, but you like my effort, right?
Headline Rewrites.
Headline 3, huge news in the NFL. The NFLPA has clarified that, contrary to yesterday's reporting, the league's ban on smelling salts only applies to teams providing it, meaning players can bring their own. What's the real headline?
You go. Honestly, this is bad news for the Seahawks because it was their best bet to get George Kittle out of the league.
Yeah. George just didn't read the fine print.
No.
That's all it was.
He's on retiring.
You know, he's those guys that just read the headlines and then text us in crazy stuff. Like, he just didn't read the fine print. So I'm happy for George Kittle. Bless everyone else in the division because Kittle's still going to be that maniac that he is out there. And, I wonder what's the difference, though. It's liability, I guess, right? They're going to say, look, we don't want to have the teams provide the whole chemical because if there is concussion, they can cover it up. So they're taking responsibility out of their hands. That's what businesses do so they don't get sued. There must have been some situation with another player or something that brought this to their attention to where their lawyers were like, listen, we got to make sure that your butts are covered.
I think it's really not weird that players use smelling salts by any means. I was surprised to hear that George Kittle used it regularly at times before like each series.
Every series.
That's insane to me. At that point, it's like you're a zombie who's half conscious and you're just kind of getting jolted to life to stay in this game.
Some dudes do some crazy stuff to get themselves going.
Crazy.
Before the first kickoff or something like that, I've heard just to wake you up and get alert and stuff. But every series, there has to be other people who do it like that. But that's new to me.
No part of me is surprised that it's a tight end.
No.
Not at all.
Tight ends, linebackers would be
just
my
crazy
guess.
people. Absolute crazy people. Someone said smelling salts, you can buy them anywhere. It's fake news. I'm not sure what they mean by that.
We're not saying you can't buy them everywhere. We're just saying the NFL has banned their teams from giving it to their players.
Keep up. All right. Well, we had someone earlier saying, oh, my God, I absolutely love the Mariners, but please, 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 can we talk about tonight's preseason game? Well, you're in luck. That's exactly where we're going now. An interesting question posed by Brock Ewer this morning. Who do you want to be talking about after tonight's preseason opener? That's coming your way next.
As the calendar flips to August, it's all about the push to the playoffs.
Swinging a drive deep to right field. Holy smokes, where is this going to land? Josh Naylor. That ball got out of here in a hurry.
This afternoon, Mariners, White Sox.
First pitch at 1:10. Pregame at noon.
Every pitch of every game is on Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app. The home of the Mariners.
Ichiro Hall of Fame weekend is officially on deck at T-Mobile Park. Limited tickets remain for Saturday's number retirement night with the special pregame ceremony set for 6 p.m. Plus, don't miss out on must-have giveaways. Friday's game at 6:40 is Ichiro Jersey Night with the first 20,000 fans scoring a 2004 jersey thanks to Sato. And capping things off on Sunday is a replica plaque day at 1:10, available to the first 20,000 fans. Get your tickets before it's too late at mariners.com/Ichiro.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, We make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, what's he? Juice box. I'm a mom.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check. Oh, hot sauce. Take it.
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins, a balloon. Wait one sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line, $100 per month on Experience Beyond. Finance agreement $829.99 and qualify imported. For well-qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay out via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
The home of the Mariners.
One hopper snared at short. On a quick hop by J.P. Crawford. That guy's a magician over there at shortstop.
Seattle Sports.
Download the Seattle Sports app.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today. It's not just about better health, it's about a better life.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Dave Wyman joined by Dr. Daniel Landis from Swedish CyberKnife. Dr. Landis, when treating prostate cancer, what can patients expect during CyberKnife treatment?
So the CyberKnife treatment's an outpatient procedure. Essentially, it's a 5-day treatment, about 30 minutes per day. You walk in, you walk out, you essentially don't feel anything at all during treatment. Many patients still work full-time while they're having treatment.
That's incredible. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish CyberKnife. Swedish.org/CyberKnife prostate.
Is your car road trip ready? Don't get stranded. Get to Bucky's Complete Auto Repair. Bucky's has been preparing cars, trucks, and SUVs for safe, worry-free travel for over 50 years. We take care of your car with experience and good old-fashioned customer service. For all your oil changes, brakes, AC charging, and factory maintenance, choose Bucky's. No appointment needed, and yes, friendly financing is available. Visit Bucky's.com. Bucky's, where your car feels right at home.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Seahawks got a preseason opener tonight against the Raiders. Pete Carroll and Geno Smith come into town. The starters for Seattle are not going to be playing in this one, so just so you know, an important thing to keep in mind for your answer to this question. Who do you want to be talking about after tonight's preseason opener? Brock Heward had this question earlier on Blue 88. He said, like, Jalen Milroe is an obvious answer, but I've already got a couple other ones on the text line. You can join this conversation, 866-979-3776. And obviously the point is, who are you really hoping has a great game? That's essentially what the exercise is. Who are we hoping that tomorrow, 10 a.m., we hit the airwaves and we're like, oh my God, what a great game from fill in the blank. Bump.
My soccer mom take is I hope everyone plays well.
I hope everyone has fun.
And has fun.
I hope everyone has fun.
My real take?
Yeah.
Nicky Manwari. I want to see it because he's made some splash plays. He had an interception on Milroe. He tried to run a screen. He picks out off pick six. Had another interception, another pick six during practice as well. Yes, it is practice, but you got to be where you're supposed to be to make plays. I just want to see him pop a couple times. I don't think he's going to play a lot because he's going to play 70 to 65% of the snaps during the regular season. But I want to see him transfer that talent. And he is sneaky big. Like, if you look at him, he's not very massive when it comes to his muscles or whatnot, right? He's ripped. Don't get it twisted, but he's not like a massive person.
Yeah.
But he's long. And I stood next to him kind of the other day. You know, I sneakily size up fools. You know what I'm saying? I walk up on him like, damn, okay, I see you like 6'2", 6'3". And that creates problems for people. Right, if you're trying to block him, you're a tight end. If he walks down on you, he has those long arms, he can disrupt what you're doing. If he's dropping into coverage, he takes up just a lot of space. He has good ball skills, and he's going to have an opportunity, hopefully, to play against Geno and those starters and a Bowers and Myers over there. So I want to be talking about Nicky Memorial, and it might be off a film study. It might be when I get home, and then he does the little things. Just like we were talking about Micah Parsons the other day, and someone could not fathom him being a top 5 defensive player in the game because his sack totals don't resemble Hendrickson and Myles Garrett or whatnot. But if you put on the film, there are things that he does that disrupts the timing of an offense. That's what I hope I see at a Nicky Memorial.
I'm going to go offense for this one. We will not see Sam Darnold in this one. Again, we're not going to see any of the starters. We may see a little bit of, like, Zabel, who is going to be a starter, but also a rookie who needs to get some work. But we're not expected to see the starters, meaning Sam Darnold isn't going to be playing. That being said, one of the conversations that we always have about Sam Darnold when comparing what he could do here in Seattle to what he did do in Minnesota is, well, is he going to have the weapons around him, right? Every national expert we've brought on, hey, what do you think Sam Darnold's going to be able to do here? Do you think he's going to be able to replicate what he did with the Vikings? They always say, well, he's not going to have Justin Jefferson. Well, he's not going to have Jordan Addison. Well, you know, he's not going to have, Kevin O'Connell calling all those plays. The better the weapons look on offense, the more confident you can feel about Sam Darnold. You can truly, after tonight's game, feel a little bit better about Sam Darnold being in Seattle if these weapons look good. You know, you're looking at younger weapons. You're looking at Torrey Horton, for instance. But if tomorrow we're opening up the show going, oh, my God, like, your young wide receivers look really good, or your tight end looks really good, I think that it helps that Sam Darnold conversation, even without him playing.
Yeah, because he needs that support. Most quarterbacks, all quarterbacks need support. Jordan Love, for example, people will call me crazy. I think he'll be the best NFC quarterback next year. But if Romeo Doubs still drops the football, if Watson still drops the football, if Golden, his new receiver, still drops the football, then he's perceived differently. And that's the same thing with Sam Darnold. So it's important that the supporting cast of Sam Darnold does his thing. I'm looking at the text lines. Horton is a big name that we're seeing. A guy who you and I feel like is competing for that number 3 wide receiver spot. I still believe MVS is going to have every opportunity to lose that spot. I think he starts the season as that number 3 receiver. But no, you need Horton, you need Arroyo, you need Zach Charbonnet, you need everyone around the quarterback, the skill guys, the guys who touch the football and make plays to look good, because he depends on them. I said it yesterday. He is not a wow you type of quarterback. He'll make a throw every now and then that does wow you, but he doesn't have that Pat Mahomes wow, that Josh Allen, that Lamar, even that Jordan Love will make some throws sometimes that's crazy to me. So he's not like a poor man's quarterback, but he is just a blue-collar, lunch pail type of quarterback with the potential to make those splash plays, but not as consistently as other quarterbacks. So what do you do, especially in this offense? You get your ball players or your playmakers the ball in space, and you let them run with it, and you just conduct the offense in a responsible manner.
Someone said, my take on Bump Soccer Mom take, meaning like I hope everyone has fun, is that I hope I come out of this game talking tomorrow about how the Seahawks have a lot of difficult decisions because so many guys look good.
There you go.
That's a good answer to it.
I like that.
Damian Martinez, Zach Charbonnet, and Horton are the 3 most popular answers.
Yeah, you got to throw Arroyo in there too, man.
Arroyo. Someone 206 has Arroyo. But yeah, I would say Torrey Horton's number 1.
Yeah.
I think just there's a lot of buzz around him.
He's made the bigger plays so far in training camp. I like Arroyo just because of his versatility. I think he's a guy that can affect the game in many ways. Like, you know, receivers on the outside, they're going to make the big plays. They make the more plays attractive to the eye, right? You see the big play, the throw over the shoulder, the going across the middle. But there are going to be some plays where I feel like Arroyo can really establish himself and show people, look, I can block. Because that's the knock, if anything, on Arroyo's. They're not sure how much of a blocker he is. To just disrespect him and say he's not a blocker at all would be crazy. He's a tight end. He's played that position all through college. You have to be able to block. You're not going to be on the football field. But I think his other attributes kind of overshadow the potential he has to be a good blocker.
Someone said, we need clarification on Imanwari's height. Bump said 6'2", 6'3". Someone else is saying almost 6'5". He's not 6'5". He's not 6'5".
Nah, he ain't
I don't know
6'5".
who said he was 6'5", but I'm telling you right now, he's not 6'5".
Nah.
No, he's 6'3".
Yeah, 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is Zabel playing tonight? I do not know. All we've heard is that starters are not playing. Zabel is technically expected to be a starter, so we've anticipated maybe that means he won't. But as Bump noted yesterday, it's hugely important that those rookies get that time. So if we don't see Zabel today, I would definitely anticipate he plays in preseason week 2. Man, for that matter, I'd anticipate a few starters play in week 2.
I would still anticipate him getting a couple of snaps. I know that Coach said the starters aren't playing, but rookies are just different. I don't think it's smart to just crown a rookie as the definite starter, even if he is, and say, you go ahead and sit on the sideline with these guys who have been here 3, 4, 5 years and who have established themselves. Me personally, as a coach, I'm still going to treat you like a rookie. Even if you are one of the best rookies of all time, until we reach week 1, I'm still going to do some things or ask you to do some things that's required of most rookies. I would love to see him out there, but if he doesn't, then that tells me a couple things. He is ahead of schedule when it comes to understanding the offense, and physically the coaches think that he can handle it, and they feel like if he goes down, the backup isn't as capable as he is.
What are the odds that tomorrow we're really talking about Clint Kubiak? Preseason week 1 is really, really tough to expect too much from the offense and too many takeaways from the offense, but maybe like a fun twist on the answer. What do you think?
Only way we're talking about Kubiak is if the offense is balling. If it's balling, we're like, oh, my God, look at this offense. It makes so much sense. The play action, over the top, the layers. If the offense doesn't ball, we're thinking, it's preseason.
Yeah.
You know, Kubiak's just trying to fill things out and see who can do what. So he's in a win-win situation for preseason week 1 to me.
Let's see. About 2 more minutes here. Now I'm just bringing in a couple questions. So, again, we talked about what player do we really hope we're talking about tomorrow. I said I hope it's one of the young pass catchers, Elijah Arroyo, Torrey Horton, just because I think that one of the boons of Darnold's campaign in Minnesota, and the thing that people have always pointed to is, oh my God, he had so many pieces around him. And he's not going to have that in Seattle is the then assumption. And I think that the more those young pieces develop, the more confident you can feel about him having more weapons. Bump is looking at Eamon who considering he's a second-round pick, a ton of attention because people thought that maybe he's taken in the first round. I mean, he had been mocked to Seattle prior to them trading up and getting him. And I didn't think that they would be able to get a chance at him. If they didn't trade up, they wouldn't. So obviously, like a ton of excitement about what he could look like out there. Someone said, what about, they're looking at a couple offensive linemen, Anthony Bradford, Christian Haynes. They not only want to know how important that is, but how much playing time you think those guys could be getting.
Oh, them boys going to be playing. They are going to be playing.
That's an open battle.
Yeah, Anthony Bradford right now is slotted at the starting right guard spot, depending on what depth chart you look at. You got Christian Haynes behind him. Christian Haynes last year, they said, look, he just doesn't have the grown man strength yet. He's still growing. And he's a bit undersized for his position. But in this offense, I think it's going to help him. He's 6'2", 318 pounds. You look at him, you would think more of a center type of guy, but he has great feet. He ran the zone concept over there with Connecticut with his coaches over there. So I think they're going to play a lot. I think they need to because this is a battle. I mentioned before that I anticipated them bringing in a veteran at that guard spot, and they just haven't done that yet. It doesn't mean they won't do it, but I think that their decision-making on that situation is contingent on what they see out of Anthony Bradford, Christian Haynes, Sundell, and the rest of the game.
Again, you got a great lineup today. You got the Mariners with a matinee series finale, a chance for a sweep against the White Sox. Pregame show is going to start at noon immediately following us, and then first pitch is going to be at 1:10 p.m. Coming up at 7, you're going to have the Seahawks opening up their preseason with that game against the Raiders. Raiders expected to play some of those starters, so you should be seeing Geno out there. Obviously, the return of Pete Carroll being the big story there. As a reminder, you also have pregame for this one starting at 5 p.m., hosted by Michael Bumpus, who has a very, very long day. Our coverage of Seahawks training camp brought to you by The Landing in Renton. Who throws the first touchdown tonight? And will we see a former Seahawk on the Raiders sideline? Hype Train coming your way next.
Very first game of the preseason.
It may be just the first preseason game, but there's plenty on the line.
There's so much to get out of these games. There's a lot of position battles that you want to see.
Jalen Milroe is going to be a big part of this. He played in Rose Bowls. He played in big games. So just go out and play and operate.
Seahawks, Raiders, kickoff tonight at 7. Pregame with host Michael Bumpus at 5. The Seahawks are back.
Being in front of the 12s is going to be a lot of fun.
On the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Hey, what's up? It's Michael Bumpus for Silver Reef Casino. I got something for you to do. Get on I-5, go north, and get off exit 260. That's where you'll find Silver Reef Casino. It's a great place to get away, recharge, and get your mind right. I have done it, and it works. They got comfortable rooms. They're spacious, free Wi-Fi, and they have tablets in there as well. When you're done settled in, you go downstairs. They got restaurants. They got the steakhouse and the cantina for a real Mexican feel. And when it's time to watch the game, have a drink, go to Porter's Bay Sports Bar. The vibes are real. They're great. And for my golfers, Loomis Trails Golf Course is available. 18 holes with water everywhere. Hit the ball straight and be patient. And also, they got promos this month. You can win $10,000 every Saturday with a grand prize of $50,000 at the end of the month. They also have great events. Check silverreefcasino.com to find that. Silver Reef Casino, it's not a secret anymore.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, to get 30, to get 20, 20, 20, to get 20, 20, to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month. Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Americans may not agree on much, but we agree on Social Security. We all pay in. It ought to be there when we need it. Social Security could face a funding gap in less than a decade, and I don't want to see a pay cut. I'm with AARP in the fight to protect the Social Security we earned.
Pledge to protect Social Security at aarp.org/weearnedit. That's aarp.org/weearnedit. Paid for by AARP.
Bonneville International radio station contests are open to participants 18 years of age or older that are residents of Washington State unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contests are not eligible to win unless the station otherwise specifies at its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 60 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. Full general contest rules are available on seattlesports.com or in person at the station during regular business hours.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run!
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-917-4635, and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-917-4635. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-917-4635 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-917-4635.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. Whether it's a long day on your feet, a demanding workout, or everyday aches and pains, you need relief that can keep up when pain persists. Aleve is here for you with longer-lasting body pain relief compared to leading OTC branded pain relievers. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Ryan Rowland-Smith joining us in 15 minutes. We got a lot of questions about the Mariners as they look for a sweep against the White Sox in a matinee series finale today. First pitch coming up at 1:10 p.m. Right now, we're heading to the station for Hype Train. Jalen Milroe leading this one off for me, given the preseason opener, and that we're going to see a lot from the former Bama product. Jalen Milroe rushes for a touchdown before throwing one.
Jalen Milroe is probably the most athletic quarterback in the game right now. Not saying he's the best. Josh Allen, heck of an athlete. He can run the football. Obviously, Lamar Jackson, he can run the football. When he was in college, his last year, I'm trying to look it up so I give you guys accurate information. You know, y'all be on my head sometimes, all right? In 2023, he had 12 rushing touchdowns, 531 yards. In 2024, 726 yards, 20 rushing touchdowns. This is what he does. He can throw the football as well. Let's not sleep on him. 16 passing touchdowns last year, 23 the year before that. But yes, I think they're going to get in the red zone. They are going to motion a tight end from right to left. He is going to read the DN. The DN's going to crash down, and he's going to take off running because the run game will be established already, and these young defensive linemen are going to take the bait. He will have a rushing touchdown before passing.
Bump is boarding this one. Jalen Milroe rushes for a touchdown before throwing one. Curtis, are you boarding as well?
I so desperately want to board this train.
No, but the hate is keeping you.
No, it's not hate because I think Jalen Milroe's first touchdown is going to be a 75-yard bomb to Torrey Horton. So I think Milroe can throw the deep ball just as good as any of these rookie quarterbacks. It's the more intermediate stuff that I think he needs to work on, but I think he's going to unleash the berserker. It's going to go to Torrey Horton, 75 yards to the house. You heard it here first. So I'm not boarding this train, but I think it'll be a good game for him.
I'm not going to board this train either. I think it's going to be a 13-yard pass to Cody White. I think they're going to be in a red zone situation. Maybe he's sliding outside to the right, tosses it. I think it's going to be one of those things where you just think like, oh, good for him. Good for him. Good for him. Good development. That's what you want to see. Now, I would love to see the wheel spinning. I'd actually love to see him take off. I have only seen it a couple times in camp because I haven't been able to watch a lot of full practices. While I've appreciated different things from different quarterbacks, you haven't had like this giant splashy moment or this like really exciting camp for Milroe. It's been very clearly a lot of development. He's working on a lot of things. So I think that would be another really cool step in his development. And it may not be the most exciting thing. It may not be that 75-yard bomb, but I think it would be a really good sign, a really good step forward. Next up. You know, they have like random prop bets for things. Think of it this way. This is kind of in the flavor of that. Pete Carroll will be wearing all white.
I like that.
Pete Carroll will be wearing all white. Bump, are you boarding?
Not only will he be wearing all white, he'll be wearing long sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
He will be wearing a white cap. He will be chewing gum. He will run out the tunnel with 2 gloves on. Yes, I'm on this easy. If I was a betting man, I'd be rich right now because this is going down guaranteed.
Good Tucker just standing next to Rick Riz down there. Near the dugout. All right. Pete Carroll will be wearing all white. Bump is boarding. Curtis, are you?
The most shocking thing that Bump said there is that he thinks Pete's going to be in a hat. Pete does not wear hats that often.
Not often.
No, like one time.
That would be shocking to me to see Pete in a hat. I combined Pete and hat there. A Pat.
A pat and a hat and a cat and he sat.
But you know what? It kind of reminds me of when Hulk Hogan joined NWO. He changed his getup from the red and the yellow that we all knew him as to all black and white. And I think this is Pete's time to say,
his heel turn?
I was your hero, but now I'm your villain. He's going all black tonight. It's gonna be crazy seeing him in all black, but I think that's what happens. And somehow, some way, he's gonna find a pair of black Air Monarchs, the shoes that he always wears. So yes, I think Pete is going all black tonight. I am not boarding this train.
I think I'm going in the middle. I'm not boarding the train. Initially, I was going to because Pete always wears all white. One time at a press conference, like I jokingly said, after Labor Day, and he was like, it's off khaki. And I was like, that's the sassiest thing Pete Carroll has ever said. I think he goes black pants, white shirt, long sleeve, no hat. Lots of gum.
Lots of gum.
Next up, we will see a former Seahawk on the Raiders sideline.
Yeah. His name's Geno Smith.
Oh, come on.
His name is Geno. His name is Jamal Adams.
No.
What you mean?
No.
You know, you might even
like
see
a Seahawk.
I know what you're saying, but you know, you gotta be specific because there are always ways around things, right?
We will see a former Seahawk on the Raiders sideline.
Yeah, because Marshawn Lynch is gonna be over there. He's gonna be over there. Marshawn. I'm on him.
Curtis, we will see a former Seahawk on the Raiders sideline.
Oh, absolutely we will. 1,000%. I believe, isn't it Michael Bennett who's working sidelines for TV tonight?
Yes, and Bennett, Mike Robb's going to be out there.
Yeah, I think Mike Bennett absolutely makes his way over to the Raiders sideline at some point.
Oh, that's a cheat code too. You know, you got to go to that sideline.
You're both cheating.
Go over there.
Come on. I'm going to board as well, and I think that it's going to be a couple guys that visit both sidelines. None of us answered, honestly, for this one, but I think we are going to see a couple former Seahawks. Last hype train into the station. Cal's been in a bit of a slump. You saw him start to break out of it, drew a walk the day before last. Yesterday had a walk and a 2 RBI single, and today he hits number 43.
Yeah, he's going to do it. Who's on the mound for the White Sox?
They're all-star, Shane Smith, but it's a White Sox all-star, so it's not like the greatest pitcher in the world.
You were forced to be an all-star, essentially. Yeah, Cal's going yard. He's going yard, and he's going to pull it from the left side of the plate, and it's going to the is that Hit It Here Cafe? Is that over there?
Yeah.
We going up there.
That's where it almost went the other day.
We're gonna join JP and Josh.
Okay, Curtis. Cal hits number 43 today.
Yeah, we're boarding. We're boarding.
2 aboard.
I don't think he's going to wait around. I think it's going to be in the first inning. I think Cal is going to deposit that one a long way. So, yes, Cal Raleigh hit number 43 today.
You know, he very closely, what am I saying? He very nearly.
He very
almost closely nearly hit number 43 the other day, went just foul, and it was so frustrating because, again, he was in the middle of that slump and probably like, God, I could really use this right now. I think that it happens today, too. You can't be that close to kind of finally cracking it open and getting back into the swing of things without finding some success there. So, yeah, I think all of us aboard this one, and it's also just vibes, just good vibes for this one. Cal hits number 43 today. All right, that was Hype Train. We're sticking with the Mariners, though. Ryan Rowland-Smith joining us next.
Very first game of the preseason.
It may be just the first preseason game, but there's plenty on the line.
There's so much to get out of these games. There's a lot of position battles that you want to see.
Jalen Milroe is going to be a big part of this. He played in Rose Bowls. He played in big games. So just go out and play and operate.
Seahawks, Raiders. Kickoff tonight at 7. Pre-game with host Michael Bumpus at 5. The Seahawks are back.
Being in front of the 12s is going to be a lot of fun.
On the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
The insurance world, it can be confusing. So have First Mark Insurance guide you through it by taking the free First Mark Challenge. They'll explore offerings from top carriers for better coverage and lower rates. They save the Heward family thousands. Go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
Step back into automotive history at LeMay, America's Car Museum. The current exhibit, Rare and Luxurious, features 100 years of exceptional automobiles, including stunning classics to beauties worth millions. Feel the thrill of driving a Formula One car on the exhilarating racing simulators and lunch in the cafe. It's a must activity for out-of-town guests, friends, and families. Plan your visit at americascarmuseum.org. Open Thursday through Monday. Visit americascarmuseum.org today.
Are you road trip ready? Bucky's Complete Auto Repair will make your car safe and dependable with expert service and old-fashioned care. Brakes, oil change, factory service, and more. No appointment needed, and yes, friendly financing is available. Bucky's.com.
Some things can steal your sunshine.
Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken.
Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone? But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Americans may not agree on much, but we agree on Social Security. We all pay in. It ought to be there when we need it. Social Security could face a funding gap in less than a decade, and I don't want to see a pay cut. I'm with AARP in the fight to protect the Social Security we earned.
Pledge to protect Social Security at aarp.org/weearnedit. That's aarp.org/weearnedit. Paid for by AARP.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-486-9600. That's 800-486-9600.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
How we going, mates? It's Rowland-Smith for Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. If you haven't heard about it already, at the start of this year, I decided to get in the best shape of my life. So I lost 30 pounds of body fat and I kept all that lean muscle. Best decision I ever made. People ask me all the time, what was the motivation to get in such good shape? So a couple of things. Number one, who doesn't want to be in the best shape of their life, right? Obviously physically, but for me, more important mentally. And it starts with a diet, and I finally figured out you can't outwork it. Eastside gave me all the tools I needed to be able to prepare food, have tons of energy, and was never, ever hungry. But there are some other motivators too. I had to lose a bunch of visceral fat. I found out I had way too much of that, especially as I hit my 40s. But one more, look, this is the most important one. I wanted to set a really good example for my kids, to be the best version of myself. My kids look up to me, and I want to be the absolute best example and role model. So look, if any of these resonate with you, there's no better time to start. The time is right now. Make that free 15-minute call to Eastside Weight Loss Clinic and get it started today. It'll change your life like it did mine.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy.
On Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. Ryan Rowland-Smith joining us now. And normally, Ryan, we are able to call you on Thursdays at 11 and chat with you about this Mariners team. But Bump and I live from T-Mobile, and you're sitting right in front of us. So we get a chance to, while these guys are taking BP and getting some work in right now, talk about a lot of what we saw last night, a little bit about what we can still see this season. I'm going to start with a similar question that I threw Jordan Schusterman's way the other day, which is about Cal. There's so much positive to talk about this team and lots of really cool stuff, but Cal has been the biggest star for this team, one of the best stories in the league, has hit a bit of a slump. Last night was positive, but what have you seen from him during a period of time when he's struggled, and did you see anything encouraging in the last couple ABs?
Yeah, I think, first of all, last night was huge, right? Obviously, just, RBI single. You want to see him hit over the fence, I get it, but just that good flush contact on a pitch that, he gets challenged and he's able to get to it, get the hands to it, which has been really good. Then he hits that ball into left field, right? Hard. Again, those little baby steps. I think that coming off the All-Star break, a couple things, out of the All-Star break, couple things. Number one, you get to an environment where you're around a lot of your peers that you're looking at face-to-face, and they're talking about you in a light that's saying, man, okay, everything's a little bit different now. As opposed to hearing about it, I don't know how much he's on social media, but before that, yeah, everyone knew who he was, I get it, but not when you're face-to-face. Not to mention, win the home run derby, you get on a plane, you fly back and go, okay, man, I'm on this historic pace that everyone's been celebrating for the last couple of days. Now I got to press the reset button. Now I got to sort of figure out how teams are going to try and pitch me. And they have been pitching a little bit different. And so the chase has gone up. If you look at it from a numbers perspective, the in-zone contact rate's pretty much the same. The chase has gone up. The swing rate has gone up the first couple of pitches per at-bat. So some of these things where he's been a little bit more aggressive, and they're not just saying, okay, I'm going secondary pitches in the strike zone. They're going secondary pitches out of the strike zone, and he's committing to them. So that's number one. But number two, more importantly, I know we're sick of talking about it. The dude's doing a lot, man. Think about it, right? Like, covering both sides of the plate. He's got to get that swing right and left. Teams are now all of a sudden, it's gone 50-50 now in regards to, okay, they want a lefty to come face him right-handed, and they also want these power righties now that face him left-handed later on in the game. You also got the pitching staff you got to deal with. You're trying to, push that pitching staff now, which is going to be a big part of the second half to get deeper in the game. See, there's that little extra tension there. You're banged up. It's hot. All these other little factors that you just come off a tough road trip. Plus, they didn't have a day off. So I'm not sitting here going, oh, well, he's tired or the home run derby or anything like that. He didn't get a break. So I think he's just slowly starting to recalibrate a little bit. He's DHing today. And I think that it's just that one pitch per at-bat that if he can recognize layoff and get that more of that 2-0, 2-1 counts, just more of a batch of that in some of these at-bats, I think he'd be okay. But he's just going through at the moment.
Yeah.
I love how aggressive they are on the bases right now. I mean, it's been all year, right? They're like fourth in the league, I believe, when it comes to stealing bags. But it felt like earlier they were, then kind of tapered off a bit, and now they're back. Just how does that just help this team in general, and what type of stress does it put on the guy on the mound? Ton
of stress. Talked about it all last night. You could see it unravel, right? First of all, you got a kid, Jonathan Cannon, who was coming off a couple rough outings. He's trying to navigate through, first of all, this lineup. He's trying to find that groove, and this is a guy who really struggles first time through the lineup. And then all of a sudden, you got guys just taking off and getting that jump step. I'm telling you, if whether you're a young pitcher or you're in the midst of your career and you're trying to get that good rhythm down, that 30, 40 pitches in, now all of a sudden you've got guys yelling from the dugout, letting you know the catcher's pointing over there. Because it's just like, oh man, this is too much. It's becoming overwhelming. Because I'm trying to find that cut fastball that I haven't had for the first couple of innings, or I'm trying to get that sweeper down. It just creates this extra layer, and not to mention too, look, the Tampa Bay Rays are coming into town. They're super wary of holding the running game and everything else. Mm-hmm. But now all of a sudden you come into this going, not only do I have to protect against Randy, whose hamstring's right now, and he can take off. Not only that, now I've got this wherewithal with Josh Naylor, who's one of the slowest dudes in baseball, taking off. It's like, hold on a minute, and he's in the midst of this lineup and I've got to try and somehow get the guy out. Right. The 5-hole hitter. So that can be really tough. We saw it a lot in April. Obviously, Victor Robles kind of set that tone in regards to some of the bases. And I was like, man, okay, this is a little too aggressive. Like, this is nuts. If this is going to be their identity. And then I mentioned Randy with the hamstring. He kind of hurt his hamstring a little bit. Obviously, Victor Robles is down. So you're looking at, okay, I really liked how dynamic they were and the pressure it puts on. And you had a little bit of it down the bottom of the lineup. Like, I'll throw Rivas in there as well, who could run. He's no longer here. But then all of a sudden, now we're back to seeing that rate in a perfect time for it too. A couple reasons why. Number one, it's from a pitcher's perspective, back to what we were talking about. You're looking at this lineup 1 through 9 when you're going through your scouting report. Now you have to add on the element of the running. That's number one. But number two, man, this is that time where Cal Raleigh hits that slump. Guys are going to go in and out of where they're striking out 3 times. If you can just add that little safety net of we don't have to rely on 49% of our runs coming from a home run now, we can start running. I love it. And one other thing on that too, I was thinking about this driving in. Usually, if we get a trade like a Josh Naylor coming in, and we're talking about, oh, wow, he steals a lot of bases, we're kind of overcompensating.
Right.
The fact he's
We're
not hitting.
trying to add some kind of benefit, and he's a great clubhouse guy.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, if we're sitting here going, oh, he's a clubhouse presence. I know he just went over 50.
Good leader.
Yeah. So that's huge. No, it's been good.
Prior to the deadline, I loved the deadline, and I do not want to take away from anything they did because I feel so great about this team. I feel so great about this team. However, prior to the deadline, we had a conversation with you that stuck with both of us. We talked about it for a couple days afterwards, and it was, there is a lot that you want to be able to address offensively, and they did. But there are some question marks with the pitching that they just couldn't, and it wasn't for a lack of trying. We spoke with multiple people who said, like, they had a deal in place for a few guys that just didn't end up going through. They were really, really aggressive, and they were just able to add Ferguson, and they weren't able to add more. So I was glad to have you on so that we could be able to check back in and go, all right, Ryan, they may not have addressed all the pitching concerns that you had. How are you feeling about this group, and how can they make you or viewers feel really confident?
Yeah, it's interesting, right? The last 2 nights, kind of the early offense has kind of whitewashed some of the bridging the gap that we talked about, bridging the gap from starting pitcher to bullpen, not to mention the fact that, you want Dan Wilson to be comfortable when you have, I think, even if it's a Logan Gilbert today, for example, if he starts to get to that place where 25 pitch inning in the 5th, but all right, I'm comfortable going to the 6th because I can go 6, 7, 8 to get to Munoz. So that was it, and again, just to on that side of it, not for lack of trying, man. They tried really hard. They were trying to get the 2 arms. I would love to have seen that in the bullpen, right? And we even talked about, hey, add that 5th starter as well. Not a 5th starter guy who profiles as a 5th starter, but add someone to finish off that rotation, because nothing against Bryce Miller whatsoever. But you don't want a situation where, he's going off to do another rehab game. You don't want a situation where you're like, okay, now we need to sort of push the, not panic button, but that urgency button on him. You want a really good Bryce Miller, even if it's for 3 weeks in September, where he feels right, healthy and mentally right. And so I was like, man, you could really take the pressure off a Bryce Miller here, or the pressure off yourselves by saying, you know what, we went out and got that middle of the rotation type to fill out that rotation. So, again, and man, how competitive was it? When you look back at that last couple of hours, no wonder. I mean, I know there was names when they were hitting up certain teams. Certain teams weren't even calling them back, answering the phone, because they had 5 other offers. They were trying to navigate which prospects they could take for a reliever. It's insane. And it just goes to show, too, how teams are looking at this, not just, we have to fill a hole here in August, September. No, we need to get this in place, because once we get to October, this is how we're going to roll out. We're going to roll out that starting pitcher that he's going to be on that short leash, and we're going straight matchups in the 4th, 5th inning. That's kind of how it's going to roll out. So with this team, that's the one concern, and you're hoping someone's going to step up. Whether it's look, Gabe's been really good all year. He's got a lot to cover. Maybe it's a Caleb Ferguson that you look at him and go, can you somehow figure out going multiple or inning in the 3rd, which he's very capable of doing? Because that's the one area there where, not just to get to the playoffs, but if you get into October, okay, how are you gonna match this up? Because you know how it goes, man. Like, it's that do or die game, or you don't want to go into someone else's city when you're down 2 games, and it's the 5th inning. That's where you're going to feel it, for sure.
I was having a conversation with Stacy, and she made fun of my university. I forgive her for it. But I was telling her that I've never played for, like, a powerhouse team. All the teams I've been on have been, like, scrappy teams. Like, we could beat you, but we're probably not favored to win. And there's something that a powerhouse team does, their demeanor, how they carry themselves. And you're around the team. And what I do sometimes when I'm at the Hawks game, I'll take my binoculars and just zoom in on the sideline. Like, I want to see the body language of the players, how they feeling or whatnot. Have you seen a change in these guys at all now that they look at this lineup? And I feel like they think every single night we can go out and win a ball game.
Well, a couple of things on that. I got a buddy of mine over with the White Sox. Two friends of mine, actually, the same thing. Dan Altavilla used to be here, so he's with the White Sox right now. It was good catching up with him. But another Curtis Mead, young Australian over there with the White Sox. And he goes, man, look, your lineup, dude. Like, this is after. He goes, what? Like, and he was just, because he came over from Tampa to Chicago where he's getting an opportunity. And he's looking at that, and we were just talking about, he's a young player trying to be established in the major leagues and stick around. He goes, God, I'm glad I'm not on the other side because I wouldn't be here. It's straight up. Like, you wouldn't, because that's just straight 1 through 9. So there's that element where from a visiting player standpoint. Number 2, just having a Gino Suarez in there. Oh, well, 2 things on this. Number 1, Gino Suarez coming in, just that jolt of energy where it felt like he never left. There's just that certain presence, which is huge. But when you're talking about, from your point of view, that powerhouse kind of feel, like, dude, Josh Naylor, who I think someone online I saw somewhere, like, the big grumper or whatever. Yeah. Dude, I love it, man. Mad. Yeah, he's just this dude. He's just got this, like, this arrogance about him in a good way. Yeah. And I'm telling you, man, you don't want to be in a situation like, hey, we're pretty good, but can we stack up against these guys? Yeah. No. You want a team that just feels like, man, when we roll in, if you're a Curtis Mead, like, oh, man, like, or a Jonathan Cannon pitching last night as a deer in headlights, because he's like, how am I supposed to get through this? Yeah. And then you got Naylor just absolutely standing, watching the ball, hitting the right field. There's a different presence. Right. So you talk about, zooming in, like, I'm the same way as you, Bump, too, man. You know how it goes in regards to, watching the nonverbals and some of the body language and the presence. And I love that side of any kind of professional sport. And so you now all of a sudden have that. Not to mention, too, like, look around the field, right, for this team. You get into the midst of, yes, they've had some playoff games against, that Blue Jays series and then with the Houston Astros. But when we're talking about I'll throw Ferguson in there with the bullpen, Josh Naylor's been deep into the playoffs. You need some of that, man, when you get there. That's for sure. When you're even just close to that, just to have that kind of like look in your peripheral vision to see how they're kind of responding to some of these crazy, atmosphere that's going to happen.
I cannot wait to see Josh Naylor go crazy like he did a couple of times when he was with Cleveland. I cannot wait.
Curtis made a joke about, like, him. There's that clip of him throwing his helmet and something like, what if he throws the trident like that? You're kind of worried
dangerous.
For someone.
That thing's heavy, too.
Yeah, it's dangerous. So I'm going to branch off of Bump's question with kind of like our confidence level with this team, how stacked they are, how do they stack up against the rest of I was going to say just versus Houston versus New York, some of the teams, Boston even, that you're kind of watching right now.
Yeah, I think that Houston, again, I keep going back to this. I'm just paying attention to what they're doing over on the East Coast too. Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to figure out, going back to how did they keep up this pace with how they were built in regards to not just the injuries, but even to the players they lost. Like, even when we were in Houston early on in the year, I'm looking at this going, oh, this is so beatable. Texas Rangers, I'm not going to lie, the Texas Rangers scare me more than the Houston Astros right now in the West. But then when you look at, when you go a little bit further out, the New York Yankees are playing so bad, and they're in this spiral. We talk about having some of that presence right now. I don't know if it's because Aaron Judge has been sidelined or whatever it may be for that period of time, but there's just no steering the ship in the right way. They're just making a ton of mistakes. Whereas you look at I'm just trying to think of some teams who played recently, like the Milwaukee Brewers. They just got that high IQ way of playing things, that they're just so polished with the certain things they do. They're well balanced in the lineup. So I think the Mariners stack up really well in regards to, obviously, offense, right? The fans, look, they're banging on that drum. I want offense. Well, you got it now.
You did.
All right, let's see how this goes. Starting pitching, when you look at, they were bouncing around the 5 innings per start for forever. Now they're up around 6, so they're getting right back. It's going to be a short period of time compared to last year, 6 months worth of just solid starting pitching. I think they're going to get right back to that. But the one concern, honestly, when you look at how they stack up, the bullpen is just a bit of a concern. It just is a little bit of a concern. Just a little bit inconsistent for sure.
All right. Can I squeeze in like a 30-second? I didn't save you a lot of time.
No,
okay.
I'm hopeless.
But we have a listener question that then we'll let you go. They just said, can you please ask Ryan what he thinks about Evans or Miller, obviously coming back when healthy? What if they finish out the year as a long reliever?
In regards to Bryce Miller, for example?
Yeah, they said Miller or Evans, but I think they're looking at Miller.
Yeah, it would be a huge asset when you're talking. He's going to get in there and get starts, right? He's going to get that. I'm not going to call it an audition, but he's going to get that chance. He might be on a short leash, I think, if they're smart. But when you talk about in the bullpen, a situation, when you talk about in the playoffs, you're never really wanting to think about a guy who can piggyback because you're in a bad spot and you have no time to mess around with that. But yeah, I definitely think that Logan Evans to me would be more of the Chris Flexen style, where it's like coming in where the games don't really matter, cover some innings. So it's not really going to be that big of an impact, to be honest with you. But I could see Bryce just letting it eat for an inning or two. I wouldn't see him as a long reliever. I'd see him pumping, a couple extra miles per hour. Sorry, I'm dragging on here.
No, that was, this is exactly, it's great. And this is exactly what, this was a question we got from a couple people, so I'm glad we were able to squeeze that one in there. Our weekly visit with Ryan brought to you by Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. All right, we're going to jump into 4-down territory, but Ryan, thank you so much for taking the time, man. We appreciate it.
Good to see you guys.
All right, let's get to 4-down territory.
This is 4-down territory, going inside the game with former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
First down, other than Jalen Milroe, what other rookie quarterback are you most interested in seeing?
Jackson Dart. I want to see what Jackson Dart can do because I'm looking at the guys who were drafted this year. Because you're rooting for me to fail. No, not necessarily. Kind of.
That's what you're doing. You're looking at our bet. Yes, you are.
But I just think it's going to go down. So the guys who were drafted, you got Cam Ward, Shadur, Kyle McCord, Will Howard, Quinn Ewers, Dylan Gabriel as well. Jackson Dart, because I feel like out of those guys, we feel like Dylan or Shadur are going to be the starter over there eventually. Cam's going to hold it down. Jackson Dart has the clearest path to beating out a veteran and going out there and playing some ball. And I just love his swag. I just saw a picture of him with a diamond necklace on at practice. And
Jackson Dart?
Jackson Dart. And I go, you know what, man? I wouldn't do it because I'm cheap and I'd be scared to lose that thing. But he's got some swag. But I think he has a legit chance to start. I think eventually he could be the guy. Russell Wilson is going to get the start there. If something were to happen, Jameis Winston might get in there. But the Giants are going to reach a part of the season to where it's hopeless. They're not going to make the playoffs. Nothing's going to come of this. Let's go ahead and let the young man get a chance to do his thing. And he's a mobile quarterback who has a great arm. If he develops, I think he can be a good ball player. I'm looking forward to seeing Jackson Dart.
I need to make more achievable bets. Like betting that Russ would have a better year than Aaron Rodgers was not in my best interest.
It wasn't.
And
it wasn't.
I'm just hoping I can still cash that one. Second down. What's something you want to see Jalen excel at tonight against the Raiders?
It's real simple, and people might take it for granted, but I just want to see him be smooth with the center to quarterback exchange and then him handing the football off to the running back and the play action. It sounds simple. It sounds elementary, but if you're not able to do the little things as a quarterback and make it look smooth, then the whole process and tempo and flow of an offense is just going to fail. So that's what I want to see out of him. And it's I talked about Aaron Rodgers being a magician in the backfield when it comes to the mesh points with the football and hiding the rock and all that good stuff. If you're going to be in a Kubiak offense, if you're going to be a guy who is responsible for influencing the defense, everything has to look smooth. I don't expect it to just be butter out there. I don't expect it just to look perfect, but I want to see some confidence. You can tell when a guy is rushing some things. His footwork is quick. He's getting out before the exchange quick. He's not really flashing the ball or giving the running back a chance to use the play actions to their advantage. Sometimes they rush the process. I want to see him look smooth. I need the feet to be on point. It's the little things. We do something in football called EDD. Everyday drills, the little things. As a receiver, I get in my stance every day. I get off for 5 yards. I do an outside release, inside release. All the little things that are really basic when you look at the whole grand scheme of the position. But if you can't handle those little things, everything else is going to falter. So, yes, come on, Milroe, do your thing.
Third down. What can Gray Zabel do to wow fans?
All right, because we're trying to figure out if he's going to play or not. He's going to play. I really feel like he's going to play. Mike McDonald said, the young guys are going to go out there and play. But when I was doing my evaluation of Gray Zabel, watching his film, seeing what he did at the Senior Bowl, the thing that impressed me the most was his ability to move in space. And something that we've been begging for when it comes to this Seahawk offense is the screen game, right? Can they run screens? Last year we saw JSN do it a bit. So when can Zabel get into space is when he is running screens. If he gets out there in space and he has to go get a safety or a corner, they're just going to move out the way. Their job is to get in the way. They will move out the way. And you'll be able to see just how athletic this big man is. Gray Zabel in space is a fun thing to see.
Fourth down. Do you think we'll have a fourth down attempt tonight?
Oh, yeah.
I would think so.
I think so.
The preseason is kind of when you go like, 4th and 8, let's do it.
You're practicing situations, like situational football.
What's your 4th and 8 play?
4th and 8?
Yeah, the worst. It's just your 4th and 8. You just can't move the sticks.
I'm going tight bunch right. I'm going to have running back to the left of me in shotgun. We're going to play action because you got to get the guys to bite up. Then we're just going to have over routes. Going to have a shallow, going to have a deep cross, and then I'll have a deep post. After I fake the handoff to the running back from the left side, he's going to go across the formation and wheel out the backside. Where everything else is flowing left, he's going to go out the backfield to the right on a wheel. I'm going to take my eyes to everything flowing left, and if that's safety, if they're in a one high, if he goes, I'm throwing the wheel. If a two high safety, if that right side goes, I'm throwing the wheel. If not, I got to make something happen with their over routes.
See, that's funny because Curtis and I just go flea flicker no matter what.
That's
really,
right.
starting at like a 2nd and 5, and anything beyond that, we kind of just go either wildcat or we go with a flea flicker. We just love those plays. So, yeah,
it's
just kind of a big brain kind of thing.
Yeah, it's worked for us this many years now.
So.
Why bother changing it up?
Why switch it up?
I always say that for actual fourth down. What else are you looking forward to doing tonight?
I am so lucky and blessed to do what I do for a living. And we do our pregame show in Touchdown City. And I'm just looking forward to seeing the 12s again. Like the energy. I've had so many people text me about this game today. It's a preseason game, and so many people are texting me about it. So I just can't wait to get with the guys. Today it's just going to be me and Paul Moyer. Eventually, Brian Walters is going to join us next week. Big Ray's going to be there. NASA's going to be there. I believe Matt Nelson is working the board for us now. It's just being in that environment again, feeling the energy from the 12s, and going out and watching some football. I cannot wait for tonight. Football season is finally here.
As a reminder, this one's on at 7 p.m. I had someone say, why is it on at 7 and not 5? It's just the preseason. A few of those games just happen to be a little bit late, but the pregame show is going to start at 5, so you'll still have your Seahawks fix coming your way. Let's see what's on tonight.
What's on tonight with Bump and Stacy, brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot. Now, here's what's on tonight.
A ton, obviously. We already told you about the Seahawks, but the Mariners immediately follow us with pregame starting at noon. First pitch at 1:10 p.m., looking for that series sweep of the White Sox. Then the Seahawks preseason opener. Pregame show starts at 5 p.m. Poor Michael Bumpus. He's working like a 15-hour day. He's going to be hosting pre and post. So pregame at 5 p.m. The actual game itself kicks off at 7 p.m. As a reminder, the Seahawks not expected to play starters. You'll see a couple young guys out there. The Raiders, though, expected to play their starters. So not only do you see the return of Pete Carroll to the sidelines, but probably of Geno to the field. You can hear all of it on Seattle Sports. Who doesn't love a good coach rant? We've got a new one coming your way next.
Very first game of the preseason.
It may be just the first preseason game, but there's plenty on the line.
There's so much to get out of these games. There's a lot of position battles that you want to see.
Jalen Milroe is going to be a big part of this.
He played in Rose Bowls. He played in big games. So just go out and play and operate.
Seahawks, Raiders, kickoff tonight at 7. Pregame with host Michael Bumpus at 5. The Seahawks are back.
Being in front of the 12s is going to be a lot of fun.
On the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today. It's not just about better health. It's about a better life.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Need a new roof but not in the budget? A new roof doesn't have to break the bank. Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors here. Right now, State Roofing and Exteriors is offering 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. That's 2 years with no payments while getting the protection your home deserves. But this offer won't last forever. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to get on our summer schedule now. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
Americans may not agree on much, but we agree on Social Security. We all pay in. It ought to be there when we need it. Social Security could face a funding gap in less than a decade, and I don't want to see a pay cut. I'm with AARP in the fight to protect the Social Security we earned.
Pledge to protect Social Security at aarp.org/weearnedit. That's aarp.org/weearnedit. Paid for by AARP.
Ready to elevate your everyday? Quince has the luxe staples insiders swear by, minus the markup. From 100% European linen styles and 14-karat gold jewelry to gorgeous leather bags and elevated home finds, Quince has it all. And by partnering directly with top artisans and ethical factories, Quince delivers premium quality at half the cost of similar brands. Discover everyday luxury without the markup at Quince. Go to quince.com/style upgrade for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/style upgrade.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer lets you easily compare direct rates from different insurance companies, so you can be confident you're getting the right one, even if it's not with Progressive. Way more confident than you were when you tried online gaming. Who knew 12-year-old boys could be so mean? And where did they learn to swear like that? 2 hours of losing to these underage trash talkers, and you're starting to question if maybe you really should stick to pickleball and other boomer stuff. So use Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer and be confident you're getting insurance that's right for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
The home of the Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Cal swinging a drive, deep to right field.
Every pitch of every Mariners game is on the Seattle Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Lowe's knows when you're looking for reliability, the right brand makes all the difference. And now, Lowe's is the exclusive home improvement retailer for the Whirlpool water treatment line, including their Wi-Fi softener, under-sink filtration system, and more. With Whirlpool's proven performance and our everyday low prices, better tasting, better quality water is within reach. Shop pro-trusted brands like Whirlpool and more, in-store or online. Lowe's, we help, you save.
Hey, Brock Ewart here for my friends over at PCF Construction. If you're seeking a complete outdoor living space or a very specific project like an underdeck ceiling, maybe a new deck, patio cover, railings, well, my friends at PCF have you covered. This summer, well, you can enjoy 12 months of no interest and no payments. And how about this? Plus 50% off a design and architectural drawing package, or up to $5,000 off an undercover system. If you're looking at your outside and saying, golly, what a beautiful summer in the Pacific Northwest, and we can't take advantage of it, well, take advantage of these offers today. If you've been wanting that new deck, that new patio cover, make the call. Get online right now and connect with my friends at PCF. You can find all the offer details, you can get project ideas, and you can browse photos at pcfgroup.com or call today at 425-629-8476. Don't let this offer pass you by. It's 425-629-8476.
This is The Timeline
with Bump and Stacy.
Brought to you by 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
It is The Timeline on Bump and Stacy. Before we get to the first real story in our timeline, which is another beautiful coach rant, Bump, a quick true or false. True or false, very, very easy. Duke has a player on their football roster named Memorable Factor.
Wow.
True or false?
True.
Yes.
That's why you asked the question.
I know. Memorable Factor? Memorable Factor. Someone tweeted, it sounds like a racehorse.
LSU had a player named Dakotas.
Dakotas?
Like Dakotas, but Dakotas.
But see, was that his name?
That's his
government name?
Government name.
Because I think with Memorable, his government name is Memorable Factor.
Dakotas. That's his government name. And then he got an NIL with the AC company.
I would change my last name to Winter or something like really cool. The coldest winter.
The coldest. What was it? That would be clean.
Why am I thinking it's like Buckner or something? It's not, but I know that I've heard the coldest. What was his last name?
He was like Crawford. I think it was
Crawford, yeah.
Crawford?
Yeah.
The coldest Crawford.
Oh.
Louisiana
Amazing.
Tech.
Amazing names. Okay, let's get to our actual first story. Who doesn't love a good coach rant? This one comes from head coach Kevin Guy of the Indoor Football League's Arizona Rattlers, cut 10.
I mean, our operations was, I mean, clock guy, the replay guy, they're fired. They won't work with me again. I tell you that right now. I got to have that information so we can make decisions. The flag was thrown, okay, for a false start, and then they went and reviewed it and picked it up. Okay, I mean, it was just the whole thing was okay, and you know, it just seems like we always get screwed at home at the end. All right, don't really give a if the league finds me or not. Don't care. I'm so tired of the referees being a part of the game.
That guy.
Hey, he means it.
He really was like the pretzel guy, the beer guy, the front lady I saw working at the desk, cotton candy guy. I saw someone's kid was out there. They're fired too. Everyone's fired. Everyone is fired. Oh, Kevin Guy, just not having.
Hey. Sometimes, you know, it's in a world where you have to be so careful with what you say, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to make sure you don't offend anybody, and I think that's a good way to operate. But every now and then, you need some real.
No,
you need some real, and that was as real as it
Yes.
gets right there. He calling everybody out, so I'm with you, Coach.
You can tell in the first 5 words when he said, like, Curtis, can you play the very beginning of it one more time?
I mean, our operations was. I mean,
that's
guy,
it. That's how you know.
the,
Our operations was beep.
Was whack.
Not having it. All right, we're actually going to college football for this one. Should we expect to see Texas quarterback Arch Manning declare for the NFL draft after his junior season at Texas? His grandfather, Archie Manning, told Texas Monthly, no, don't expect that. He said, quote, Arch isn't going to do that. He'll be at Texas.
Good for him. I think that's important, too. You want to develop. A lot of people are chasing the bag to get into the NFL. These guys don't have to do that anymore. Arch Manning is going to make a lot of money at the University of Texas, but you want to make sure you are successful when you get to the next level. Quarterback is one of the hardest positions in sports to play. Yeah, you can get up there and live your dream and be a high draft pick, but you want that longevity. You want to get these contracts by the time Arch is up there where you're getting $700 million with about more than half of that guaranteed. So I like this approach. This is something that I think is going to happen even more now, though, because these young men are getting paid at the college level.
I know that you really do not like preseason rankings because sometimes not only can they be flawed and make mistakes, but that sometimes they're hesitant to go off. You know what I mean? Like it keeps a team that's deeply flawed and struggling from being ranked lower because they want to be like, well, the preseason ranking. That being said, Texas is number 1 in the preseason rankings. That feels pretty fair for what we can expect this year. I can't think of a team that has maybe higher expectations, praise. I don't know, the roster's crazy. Like, I just keep hearing about Texas every single college football preview that I check out.
What if Arch Manning, though, throws for 5,000 yards and 40 touchdowns this season? Like, at that point, you're kind of like, okay, well.
But Archie told me that he wouldn't. Archie would be lying.
But also, it's like, at that point, you could hurt your draft stock if you come back for another season if you have such an amazing junior year. We've seen that happen before, too.
But you also presumably are going to have faith that you're like, well, I can still be great. Like you probably think like, well, I could still not only he doesn't probably need to worry about making a ton of money from NIL deals or from an incredibly wealthy family,
right.
But what's to keep him from thinking like, well, great, I'll go to another national championship game. I don't know. I totally get what you're saying, right? Like, well, what kind of season would make him backtrack on that? But I don't know. He's got a lot of really smart football minds around him.
He is. If there's any quarterback in the history of the game that is set up for the most success, it is this guy. Your dad played in the league. Your grandpa played in the league. Your uncle played in the league. It's all set up for success. So I think he has no chance of being a flop, especially with the direction he's going. Staying in school, getting these extra reps. He's getting paid. I expect him, at minimum, just to be a solid NFL quarterback.
Yeah, I expect Texas to be making absolutely kind of like living up to the expectation. It's kind of like the powers that be, exactly what you'd expect, but But yeah, I think we're going to be talking about them all year long. Next up here, in a Sports Center interview, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell addressed people's concerns with Red Zone moving to ESPN in 2026, cut 11.
Well, that'll actually stay the same. It'll continue to be produced right here in this building. It will be the NFL Red Zone. I don't think fans will see any difference to that. Obviously, in the context of that, though, ESPN purchased the Red Zone name, and they will be able to utilize that for other sports, college football and other things. And I think that could be an exciting thing for our fans also, to see a Red Zone maybe in college football or other sports. That's something that they now own and have the ability to do that. But as far as Red Zone, NFL Red Zone, there won't be any changes for our fans.
Red Zone for college football would be crazy.
My goodness. You'd have to split it up.
You know, something bigger than an octagon.
It'd just have to be top 25 Red Zone because there's too many games going on. Or you just you have channels for each conference. That means you have to hire more Red Zone guys. But that would be awesome if I could watch Red Zone for college football.
That would be for a football addict like you, an absolute dream.
Ideal.
Just a weirdo looking at like all the Dakotas.
My daughter would be furious because my boys will sit there and watch Red Zone all day, and she's like, "Oh my God!"
So she's getting overruled.
And it's like there's 4 other TVs in the house. You don't have to sit there and watch.
Do either of you have any real concerns about Red Zone moving to ESPN?
Nah.
Curtis?
None. The only concern is, Red Zone is known for being 7 hours of commercial-free football.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest concern is that becoming not commercial-free football anymore.
Exactly.
And I don't want to see Pat McAfee on Red Zone, or I don't want to see the personalities that ESPN tries to force in situations where it's like, we don't need to see Pat McAfee at the Home Run Derby. Let Scott Hansen host Red Zone. He does a great job at it.
Yeah.
Let that be his baby.
ESPN can make bad decisions, so I'm not putting it past them. That being said, I feel like Red Zone takes a particular set of skills, and there's a particular host for it, and their best hosts, Stephen A. Smith, McAfee, or rather their highly paid hosts and the guys that are getting the attention, they're not gonna in the same way bounce from they're going to be like, okay, I got to have a take on this, and it's like, nope, you don't need a take. You can't have a take on this. You're just describing what's happening.
There's a sharpness and professionalism.
Yeah.
That is McAfee is loose. He's more of a bullet points type of guy. To whereas Hansen is his name, right? He is just, you got to be in a flow state for 10 to 12 hours. And I don't think McAfee has that type of concentration or sharpness to his deal. What he does, he's good at. Even if he's not your cup of tea, he's not my cup of tea. But obviously there's an audience that appreciates what he does, and he's good at that. But the structure of a Red Zone, I don't think he can do that.
Yeah, I agree with you, though, Curtis. I don't want to see Pat McAfee hosting Red Zone. And all due respect to Pat McAfee, who's great with, player interviews, I don't really think that's his specialty. The same way that I'm not an NFL analyst. I'm not going to be on a pregame show desk with a bunch of former players. You have your lane, and that's what you do. And Pat McAfee needs to stay in his.
He's a punter.
He's a punter.
God, we already discussed yesterday that you and Wyman really need to figure out. I think there's a level of self-reflection that needs to happen here and figure out, there's a hate that you guys are projecting onto specialists that I don't think they fully deserve.
No, kick return is a specialist. Respect. Gunners, specialists.
But they're better.
Respect. They're athletes. He's a punter.
Right. Punters and kickers are athletes, though, Bump. They're athletes, too.
Sure. They're not football players, though. They're kickers.
Okay. Our coverage of Seahawks training camp, no kickers this time around. We're at T-Mobile, is brought to you by The Landing in Renton. Get your questions in for What I Need to Know, 866-979-3776.
Very first game of the preseason.
It may be just the first preseason game, but there's plenty on the line.
There's so much to get out of these games. There's a lot of position battles that you want to see.
Jalen Milroe is going to be a big part of this.
He played in Rose Bowls. He played in big games. So just go out and play and operate.
Seahawks, Raiders. Kickoff tonight at 7. Pre-game with host Michael Bumpus at 5. The Seahawks are back.
Being in front of the 12s is going to be a lot of fun.
On the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Hey friends, Stacy here to tell you that Wayscar Ford Isuzu in Auburn is celebrating its 103rd year anniversary, and their biggest sales event of the year is going on right now. Take advantage of great pricing on new Fords, Isuzus, and commercial vehicles, plus huge discounts in their service and parts departments. What about those of you who want to sell a car? good news. Wayscar Ford's vehicle profit sharing plan is the best deal out there. They purchase your car and pay you up front. Then when they resell your old car, they share 50% of the profit with you. They've already paid back over $800,000 to customers. At Wayscar Ford, there's absolutely no games, no gimmicks, no pressure, and that's backed up by a full 5-day or 500-mile no questions asked return policy on absolutely every vehicle they sell. Change your mind for any reason. Bring the vehicle back for a full 100% refund. If you're like me, you want a good price, a low-key, no-pressure sales experience, and a full 5-day, 100% satisfaction guarantee, Wayscar Ford in Auburn is the place to go. Check them out for yourself at wayscarford.com.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
GNC knows that you're not always feeling it at the gym, but don't get down, get lit, and get more out of every workout. Beyond Raw Lit is a clinically dosed pre-workout that flips the switch and gives you more energy, focus, intensity, and pumps. The perfect combo for a killer workout. Plus, it's got incredible flavors and thousands of 5-star reviews, so you know it's good. Pick it up at GNC stores or go to gnc.com.
Good morning, Doctor.
Doctor?
Hi, Doctor.
Doctor?
Dr. Jackson's practice is growing.
What do you mean we're still short-staffed?
He needs a good patient doctor.
How do we not have enough doctors to doctor all these patients?
And he doesn't have the patience to sift through hundreds of resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Rare and luxurious 100 years of exceptional automobiles is currently on display at LeMay, America's Car Museum. Feel the thrill of racing simulators. It's excitement for all, and out-of-town visitors will love it. Visit americascarmuseum.org.
Need a new roof now? With State Roofing and Exteriors, you can get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. That's right. Protect your home now and pay later. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today.
The Bump and Stacy Show is powered in part each day by the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Go to pendergastlaw.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
This is Bumpin' Stacy
weekdays 10 to 2.
on Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
We are sending you to the Mariners pregame show at exactly 11:54:15. And if I don't get you there at exactly 11:54:15, it says here on our show sheet, or pay the price.
That's right.
So, I hate a hard out. What I need to know, get your questions in 866-979-3776. Are the rumors true? There's going to be a segment this season called Kicker Talk with Wyman and Bump.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
I would
Kicker
love that.
Talk.
It's called Kicking the Can.
Kicking the can. You know, I was a kicker in high school. I kicked field goals and I punted, but then I took my talents to the outside, you know, where you go across the middle, where things are dangerous out there. Respect to kickers. Listen, I told my son
I'm not
to
sensing
become a
respect
kicker.
from
No, it's
kickers.
respect.
I'm not sensing that from you.
I respect what they do,
Mhm.
but to call them actual football players.
This sounds like when I'm trash talking someone and I do this thing where I go, I mean, they're a good person, but and then you say all the things that you hate, but you got to start by saying, I mean, they're a good person, they're a great person, the nicest person. Can I just say something? That's you talking about kickers.
Sure.
That is.
Love the kickers.
It is. No, you don't.
Love the kickers,
No, you
but
don't.
they're not going to tackle anybody. They're not going to run a route. You know, but they're necessary. They are necessary.
866-979-3776. What I need to know. Is there an NFL team no one's talking about, but your spidey senses are telling you this team could be sneaky good?
Sneaky? I don't really have a sneaky team. I think teams that are going to be bad are going to be bad. I think Atlanta has a chance to really be good, though. I like Bijan and what he's doing. Penix, Drake London over there, Kyle Pitts. Defense should be better.
It's not that the Jags were bad, but I had them when we were making our predictions for the season. I was like, yeah, I can see a world where the Seahawks lose to the Jags, and like someone was like, oh my God, you're absolutely insane, because our memory of the Jags is always of a very dysfunctional franchise. But that being said, Liam Cohen has a ton of praise. Like, Trevor Lawrence just got a massive contract and has a new weapon.
That the Hawks smack the Jags.
I
the
hope
Jags are
they
not
do.
They're not even coming close. The Jags are going to win 4 games this year.
I hope they do.
So let's make a donut bet overall for the Jags.
If I have to choose a Spidey Sense team, I think that maybe the Jags could surprise some people.
How many wins? How do you think?
I don't know how many wins, but I think they could make it really close to the Seahawks.
Make it a close game?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say, okay, let's do overall win total for the Jags. Where were they last year? Did they get probably
they won
7?
6, I think.
Jags 2024. Okay, so I'm going to say that they win. I'm going to say they win their division with 9.
9 wins? So we're going to go 8.5?
Yeah.
Over?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go under 8.
Okay.
8.5.
Okay, great. Someone said Chargers. They seem loaded.
Chargers?
Yeah.
You got Keenan Allen back.
Just an incredibly difficult division.
Yeah, that division. Sneaky. That division probably has the best head coaches overall.
Someone said, what I know, will you please go past 11:54:15 to make Curtis cut the show off? I was just going to say, you know what happens when you go past a hard out? It's not even Curtis that's doing it. It's just that I've never, ever, I've stopped too early, but I've never gone past.
I have. There's
you?
one time.
This is like an in-radio thing that's not interesting at all to anyone.
It was a pregame show. I think it was preseason a couple years ago. I read the time wrong, and I'm in the zone. I'm like, 10 more seconds, blah, 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 blah. And it cuts off, and I look at NASA. He goes, what are you doing? I go, I got the time wrong. My bad, dog.
Because it changes. You literally it stops you mid-sentence.
Yeah,
you don't even get it. It doesn't even fade you out where you got to keep it just.
Oh, out of here.
Yeah. I might do it today.
Don't do it.
Let's figure it out.
Keep your perfect streak going.
This show will end at that time, whether you're talking or not.
And we will send you to the Mariners pregame show Cardinals might be a sneaky 9-10 win team, and I hate to say it, says the 253. That's actually a really good choice. Who was it that joined us that said, I actually think the Cardinals could be pretty good? It was not that long ago. We were out at camp for the interview. Curtis, do you remember who it might have been?
Ben Solak?
I think it was Ben Solak.
I think it was,
Yeah. 253, I think you're onto something here. What about the Steelers, says the 808.
I just expect the Steelers to be solid.
So
every single year.
A sneaky season for the Steelers would be that they get like 11-12.
I feel like the Steelers have been the opposite of sneaky this offseason. They've been the team most talked about.
Yeah, the loudest. Bump likes ball caps, as I do, says the 425. But what I need to know is, are there places where it's taboo to sport a cap, like a fine restaurant or church? Like, is there places you're like, I can't wear it here?
Well, the church I used to go to, people wearing hats, ball caps, cowboy hats, come as you are. I think a country club, when you get into the clubhouse, you got to take your hat off. A fancy restaurant, I'm not wearing a hat anyway. If I'm going to a restaurant, I'm just clean the bald head up and look nice. So, yeah, restaurants and country clubs.
Hey, guys, am I wrong in saying this is the greatest time of the year? MLB and NFL on the same day. Let's go.
Kind of
pretty fun.
It's preseason, but it's dope. I like it.
What's the best sports time of the year? I think it's September.
Well,
but you and Curtis have different opinions.
Isn't it like March, April, something like that?
Yeah, because you guys love
April,
you guys love NBA and college basketball and Masters.
Yeah, I mean, nothing beats football season, but if we're talking about just activity across a bunch of sports, yeah. It's
See, you guys are incorrect, because what actually sends September over the top is
pumpkin spice?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, that's exactly what it is, Bump. You know me so well. It's that the NFL season is underway and anything is possible. Your team is still playing and making a push to get to the postseason in baseball. You have those games on all the time. You have sports all the time. And also, pumpkin spice stuff is available at Starbucks. That's actually what makes September the best sports month. What I need to know. Can the Mariners sign other relievers to boost their bullpen still? How could it happen, and who would you want?
Who's out there? I don't even know who's available.
Just hoping for guys to get DFA'd at this point.
Yeah.
And then jump in on the waiver claim. There's not a whole lot out there at the moment.
What I need to know, is there an actor or actress you hate? Like if this person's in a movie or show you refuse to watch?
Nah, not really.
Really?
Nah.
Curtis?
I don't know, like Rob Schneider or somebody like that. I've never understood his appeal.
If he's the main character, that's a problem.
Yeah, well, because there's some actors where you go, I just don't think I'm going to like this. Pauly Shore.
Was he in Encino Man?
I heard Pauly Shore did a really good performance in like a Richard Simmons biopic.
No way.
So maybe maybe I'll watch that. I don't know where to find
much
it.
Like Bump needs to give kickers a bit more love, you need to give Pauly Shore a bit more respect.
Is I actually met Pauly Shore years ago at another radio station I was working for, and he was Pauly Shore. Like that's who he was.
Remember when Tiffany Amber Thiessen came into the studio?
Oh my gosh.
It's
I've never seen a celebrity like that fawned over in one
I am
place.
telling you, hosts were tripping over themselves.
It's funny because we have like glass windows, and she walked by and like everybody just kind of like followed and watched her through the glass window as she walked by.
Someone said, why is pumpkin spice the worst flavor ever? This is the worst take I've seen all day long. I don't know what to tell you. Pumpkin spice is delicious, and I think that some of you just pretend to hate it. I really do think that's a fake take that some of you have. All right, we're sending you to the Mariners pregame show looking for a series sweep against the White Sox. You got a noon pregame show followed by 1:10 p.m. First pitch coming your way next.
As the calendar flips to August, it's all about the push to the playoffs.
Swing and a drive, deep to right field. Holy smokes, where is this going to land? Josh Naylor, that ball got out of here in a hurry.
This afternoon, Mariners, White Sox.
First pitch at 1:10, pregame at noon.
Every pitch of every game is on Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app. The home of the Mariners.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. Whether it's a long day on your feet, a demanding workout, or everyday aches and pains, you need relief that can keep up when pain persists. Aleve is here for you with longer-lasting body pain relief compared to leading OTC branded pain relievers. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you've got a gas-powered engine, keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Matt Coker here from West Coast Men's Health. Guys, Viagra is not the answer for your problem. I know you think it is, but Viagra has horrible side effects, and for most men, the longer you're on it, the less it works. Viagra is not a curative medication. It's not fixing your problem. It's a Band-Aid for a shark bite. Acoustic wave therapy is the newest technology that can correct your problem, not just treat it. We can do something that no pill can do. We can restore your blood flow naturally. Get off Viagra today. Change your life like the thousands of men who already have, regardless of your age or your medical history. If you're tired of dealing with Peyronie's disease or erectile dysfunction, then call West Coast Men's Health today.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions. Like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures. Until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM